Welcome to my channel. My name is Liz. Today I'll be showing you how to make a Kuromi inspired beanie. This beanie is the shape of a rectangle. Once it is on your head, the corners come up and form pointy ears. This type of beanie is perfect for any type of cat-like character you want to make. Kuromi is considered a bunny, but her hat looks like a cat to me. This tutorial is geared for advanced beginners. You should know how to double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, slip stitch, chain, and make slip knots. I will be making a purple version for this tutorial because it's easier to see the stitches. For this beanie, I used Big Twist acrylic yarn in the colors lilac and medium rose, a 5mm hook, a 3mm hook, scissors, a darning needle, and a little bit of stuffing. Let's get started. So we're going to start off with a slip knot, and we're going to be doing a foundation double crochet stitch. To start this, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the first chain, yarn over, insert your hook, and pull up a loop. We now have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through 1. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. These 2 count as 2 double crochet stitches. We are going to continue to repeat this, so yarn over, insert your hook at the bottom of your double crochet, pull up a loop. Now yarn over and pull through 1 loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Now we have 3 stitches. Once again, yarn over, insert your hook at the bottom of the previous double crochet, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Now we have 4 double crochets. Continue to repeat this until it wraps around your head comfortably. I made a total of 58 double crochets. Your number may be different because we all have a different head size and we also have a different tension when we crochet. Just make sure you end up with an even number. We are now going to connect both sides together. Yarn over and insert your hook into the bottom of the stitch. Then grab the other side and insert your hook in the bottom of that stitch as well. That stitch is part of the chain 4 we began with. Go ahead and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2 more. And lastly, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Slip stitch in the top of the chain 4 that we started with. So there's 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. And make your slip stitch. We are now done with row 1. For row 2, chain 1 and make a double crochet into that same stitch. This counts as 1 double crochet. Then place 1 double crochet in each stitch around. Go ahead and do this for the next 3 rows. I'll meet up with you when we have a total of 4 rows complete. I am finishing up my 4th row. I just need to make 1 more double crochet, and now I'm going to slip stitch, complete it. Now we are going to flip our work and crochet on the wrong side. Chain 1 and flip your work to the wrong side. Now we will continue to make double crochets. Make 1 double crochet in the same stitch and then make 1 double crochet in each stitch around. I am making a total of 19 rows. Make more or less depending on what will fit your head better, depending on your head size and your tension. I will meet you once I have finished a total of 19 rows. I'm done with row 19. You can see that the stitches at the bottom of my beanie look different than the ones above. That is because that is where I flip my work. Those are the back side of my stitches. Now when I fold it up, the right side of my stitches appear and it all looks like the same stitch. We are going to close the top of our beanie. To do this, we need to work on the wrong side. So this is the right side. We're going to flip our work. And then we're going to put our yarn through the top so that it's out of our way. Just like that. I chained 1 and I insert my hook through both loops of one side. Then I insert my hook through both loops of the other side and make a single crochet. And this is how I'm going to close the top shut. So once again, I go through 2 loops from one side and then 2 loops from the other side and make a single crochet. Continue to go through both sides all across the top part of your beanie, and I'll meet you at the end. I am towards the end. I just have to make 1 more single crochet. And now I'm just going to cut off my yarn over and pull through to secure it closed. Flip your work so that it is on the right side, and now the base is complete. You can tell where you began each row, so make sure this is the back side of your beanie. So to make the little balls, I'm going to start with a magic ring. You can make a magic ring, or you can chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain to make a ring. So I'm going to place 6 single crochets inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna pull this closed, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet we made, and now our ring is complete. Now for the next, I'm going to chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into that same space and repeat an increase and 1 single crochet, an increase, 1 single crochet throughout the whole ring. You should have a total of 9. And you're going to slip stitch into that first, and now you have 2 rounds. Now for the third one, chain 1 and make a decrease in the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to repeat 1 single crochet in the next stitch and a decrease in the next 2 stitches. Continue to do this all around until you're done with row 3. Before you start row 4, go ahead and shove that string inside of the ball. It will be used as stuffing as well. For row 4, it's getting harder to see our stitches, so just do your best. We are going to chain 1 and make a decrease, and then we're going to be making 2 more decreases for a total of 3 decreases for row 4. I finished row 4, and I need to add some stuffing in the ear, so I locate the little hole and I grab a little bit of stuffing and I roll it up in my hands. Place it inside. I use the back of my hook to push it inside. Sometimes this can get a little frustrating, but just be patient and do your best. Once you're done stuffing it, go ahead and cut off your yarn and pull through that loop so that you're ready to start sewing. Attach your needle to your yarn by making a knot. To sew the ball onto the hat, get your needle and insert it to the corner where the ear should go. Just find a good spot. Insert your needle and pull through the inside. Now from the inside, bring up the needle and go to a stitch close by, and then insert your needle into the ball to whichever stitch is close. Pull it through, and then once again, bring your needle down to a stitch close by and bring it to the inside and continue to sew the ball. Sew all around until it's nicely secured and attached. I'm done sewing one of the balls, so if I look in the inside, there's 2 strands. One is from me sewing the ball, and the other one is from sewing the hat together. So because I have 2 strands on this side, I'm just going to make 3 knots and have it nicely secured. I do use my hook to hide these ends within my work when I'm done. Make another ball and sew it into the other side. This side is not going to have an extra string to tie off like the first one did. So you're just going to have to hide your string and tie it off inside. So this is the other side of the ear where there's not a string you could tie it off of. So I simply do a couple of knots by pulling it through. And then I wrap it. And then I pull it to secure those spots. And then just around it, I make some more loops and knots around in no particular order until I find that it is secure. And then I trim it, and once again I use my hook to weave in the rest of the ends some more. Now that our little balls are attached to our ears, let's get started on the skull. Using your 3mm hook again, make a slip knot and chain 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slip stitch into that first chain to make a loop. Go ahead and chain 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And make a slip stitch into that first chain that we made again to form another loop. Then go ahead and make a slip stitch into the first chain of the other loop. Next, we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into that big loop, we're going to place 3 double crochets. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Next, we will make 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. Now we're going to place 4 single crochets inside. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and working in the other side of the loop, we are going to be making 4 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make 2 half double crochets inside, 1 and 2, and 3 double crochets inside the loop. 1, 2, and 3. At the top of the chain 3 that we started with, we are going to be making a slip stitch. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead, insert your hook, and make a slip stitch to complete this row. For row 2, chain 3 and make 1 double crochet into that same stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the next stitch. There's 1 and 2. Place 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. There's 1 and 2. Place 2 single crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2. Place 1 single crochet into the next stitch. There's 1. And then make 1 slip stitch into the next 5 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and place 1 double crochet into that first chain from the chain 3 that we did previously from the bridge. So place 1 double crochet inside of there, and then place 2 double crochets inside of that ring, that hole, that loop. So 1, 2. Now make 1 double crochet into that last chain from that previous chain 3 space. Go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Make a slip stitch into that next stitch below. Make 1 slip stitch into the next 4 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and 2 double crochets into the last stitch. 1 and 2. Make a slip stitch at the top of the chain 3 space that we started with. And now our skull is done. Leave a long tail so that you can sew it into place. If you flip it over, there's another loose strand. Go ahead and weave that in. So we're ready to sew it on. Before you sew it on, make sure you're working on the right side. So this is the right side. This is the back side. As you can see, there's this line that should be in the back. I eyeball the skull's placement, so I go in front of a mirror, put the beanie on, and place the skull in the center of the beanie. I carefully take it off with my hand, holding the skull in place, and then I sew it on. You can use stitch markers or whatever you find helpful. There are times I sew it on and it's a little off-centered, so I do go back and I redo it until it's as centered as possible. Once it's fully sewed on, I work from the inside and I do my best to tie off the yarn. Put the needle through a couple of loops. I bring the yarn around the needle and I pull it to make a knot. Then I go through a couple more of the stitches from the back and then I make another knot. There's not a particular order or specific method of how I tie it off. I just do what feels right. Our Kuromi inspired beanie is complete. It is so cute. Please comment which color you made. I love both colors. It's hard to pick a favorite. If you make one, please tag me on Instagram or TikTok. I'd love to repost it and see your creation. You can easily use this space to make a Hello Kitty beanie as well. Just add a bow. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already so I can pay rent. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what other tutorial you'd like to see.